And so that's what Sarah does now. Please welcome Sarah Kirkpatrick.
I do my head talk, check my nails. Baby, how you feeling? Feeling good as hell. Head talk, check my nails. Baby, how you feeling? Feeling good as hell. Feeling good as hell. Baby, how you feeling? Feeling good as hell. Woo, girl, need to kick off your shoes.
Hello, everybody. Today, I'm here to share my story and inspire you to discover the joy in your own home and business. With this talk, I want to inspire women to discover what brings you joy, find a way to make money doing it, and create spaces that harness that joy. I want you to take control of your surroundings and design businesses and homes that rekindle and fuel your passions. I want us to start looking at the role that our home plays in our path to success and think about creating rooms that hug you when you walk in, no matter what you face through that front door. Surviving the death of my mother shifted my entire perspective on happiness and the pursuit of joy. Suddenly, everything that used to bring me happiness seemed trivial and insignificant. Life became about just getting through the day. I was struggling. I was struggling to eat, struggling to care, struggling to do anything but work. At the time, I owned a marketing company and I worked from home. I would go from my bedroom downstairs to my office upstairs. For months, these were really the only two rooms that I saw. I was on autopilot, numb. I recognized the lack of joy and I decided to pinpoint aspects that were adding to my grief, causing unnecessary stress, or simply just not doing their part to counteract what I was battling. I let go of old friendships, I broke up with my boyfriend, and I started to see my dad more. I started to feel lighter. Without the drama and the loveless relationships, I was able to focus on work. I figured I could find joy by being successful and earn the money to do what I love to do, travel. My house was a fixer-upper when I bought it, and I had recently just redesigned the whole thing. I designed it how I thought you should design a house, with a full guest room, which I never used, and a little office space by the back door, which I used extensively. If I was going to be sitting in an office all day hustling for travel money, I wanted to love it there in the meantime. I had been working at a small desk by my back door, and I wanted to feel like a successful businesswoman, help combat that imposter syndrome that we all know. And so I cleared out my guest room, I turned it into my office. I got a huge L-shaped desk, a bookcase to display my favorite things, and I put up a beautiful wallpaper, I love wallpaper, to act as a backdrop for my new initiative, which was going to be an online course. I felt empowered. So Monday to Friday, I would sit at that desk and work away. Saturday, I would teach social media workshops. And on Sunday, I would have daddy-daughter nights, and we'd watch The Bachelor, and he'd pretend to like it. And I was refueled. My business skyrocketed in the 2 years following my mom's death. I tripled my income, earning a 6-figure salary, and I contracted 3 additional team members. I traveled to 5 new countries as a solo female, and I worked as I went. But deep down, I was still not happy. I was numb, and I was getting burned out. I craved joy. I needed to feel happy, if just to appreciate the success that I had found in my business. But more than that, I needed to find a way to fill that giant hole that I had been ignoring, from losing my best friend, my mentor, and my biggest cheerleader. What I realized I was missing most, though, was my mom's hugs. My mom's hugs were amazing. Whose mom gives amazing, or gives or gave amazing hugs? Round for moms? Yeah. I want you to close your eyes for a second. I want you to visualize your mom walking up to you. I want you to see her arms opening up for you and wrapping them around you. Can you just feel inside that security, that warmth, that safety? Open your eyes. I want your home to give you that feeling that you just had. Mom's hugs heal all wounds. I needed healing at the time. I needed that safe place. I needed to feel secure and warm in that rush of bliss that a mom's hug gives. I knew that my office was my favorite room in my house. I knew that when I was working on my business, I felt closer to her because she was an entrepreneur too. I felt proud when I walked into that room and saw my beautiful wallpaper and all the beautiful things I had on display along with photos of her. I had poured my heart into that room and I had invested in things that lit it up for me when I started. If I could feel that way in my office, maybe I could feel that way in other rooms of my house too. I started to look at she sheds and building a garage that I could use as a business space. Do you know how expensive it is to build a garage from scratch and run power to it? I wanted a glass front door garage, outrageously priced. So by this time, thankfully, I'd been dating someone for about a year, and we had decided that we could probably move in together. He's my husband now, spoiler alert. And this presented the opportunity to buy a new house with a proper office. We found our dream home with 2-story ceilings and a loft-like space that I could use as an office. But as I set out to do this new home, to design it, still not having a clue that I'd have a future in interior decorating, I started to feel disconnected. My mom had never been to this new house like she had my last one, and there were a lot of rooms for just 2 people. I had to step back and remind myself why I was here, what I needed, and how I thought I could achieve it. I thought back to my initial aha moment. If I could feel this way in my office, maybe I could feel this way in other rooms of my home too. I figured our bedroom was the perfect place to try. We painted our room a dark navy and put up beautiful feature wallpaper behind the headboard. We installed a stunning statement chandelier, hung soft, flowy drapes, and bought a new upholstered headboard with a riveting detail that matched the wallpaper. I got creative with floral framed art and a gallery wall of our engagement photo shoot. And lastly, I set up my vanity, which was a stunning vintage piece my mom had bought me for my high school graduation. I had a lot of fun designing it and still had no idea design was a job. The first night I got into bed, I cozied in, I pulled up the covers, and I just started looking around. I had this overwhelming sensation that I was home. I felt warm, I felt secure, I felt safe. A tingle shot up my spine as I thought, I feel like this room is hugging me. I had found my hug. That tingle turned into a rush of joy, and tears streamed down my face as I realized I was experiencing happiness, something that had been missing from my life. I thought, if I could feel this way in my office and my bedroom, maybe I could feel this way in other rooms in my house too. It'd be another year of slowly growing, redesigning our home and setting in while I grew my marketing company, having found my spark, but still feeling something was a bit off. One morning, I woke up to an email that would change the course of my life forever. A large cannabis company was asking if I would take them on as a marketing client. They had $20,000 to spend per month on marketing. Since we did organic marketing, that meant the majority of that would be hours for myself and my team. It was huge. It was game-changing money. And I immediately got this overwhelming sense of dread. I didn't want to do it. I didn't want the project. In fact, I was fairly certain I didn't ever want to do marketing again. It all clicked. I had found so much joy in creating spaces that gave me a hug when I walked into them that I wanted to create spaces that brought other people that joy. Having run a company for 10 years, I had the foundation I needed to create a new business and focus my energy on how interior design impacts our moods and emotions, and the transformative benefits of living in a joyful space. These benefits would take me more than the 12 minutes that I have on this stage to cover, but I have categorized them into the 3 Ps, and no, they are not product, price, promotion, and placement. That is my last job. The 3 Ps of an unshelf design are positivity, productivity, and prosperity. All design tips and techniques for creating joyful spaces, such as full room wallpaper wraps, Drapery layering, hidden storage, multi-purpose seating, floor planning, styled vignettes, they all fall into these categories, these goals for your home: positivity, productivity, and prosperity. Sorry. When we design spaces based on personal style, the realistic function that a room needs to achieve, and growth goals for your family and business, we are dressing for the life that we want through interior design. By my first year in business as an interior decorator, I had matched what I was making in marketing, and by my third year, this year, I had already blown through my goal of $500,000 in revenue, and I still have 6 months left of my fiscal year. Thank you. What I hope you take away from this is when you find something that you love and you decide to make money doing that thing, success will follow. When you invest in your space, align yourself with joy, and operate out of that place, you will manifest the life that you want and deserve. I started at a desk in a boot room and consciously chose to strive for joy. I went from that boot room to a guest room. I then moved to a loft space, which expanded to another guest room, which was my creative studio. And as of last October, I have opened a brick and mortar secondhand decor store. In it, I have set up a design lab with beautiful samples and design books where I host workshops and design clients. I have a warehouse full of decor and artwork for staging occupied properties so they sell for more faster, a far cry from a desk in a boot room. When my clients invest in themselves and work with me to create spaces that inspire them, hug them, and heal them, they are empowered to find joy in their everyday, no matter what they face through that front door. I hope that I have inspired you to take control of your business and your happiness, build the businesses and homes that harness that joy, and create rooms that heal you every single day.